Sadiq Kahn, the fairly newly appointed Mayor of London, has he fallen prey to some kind of an under-the-table deal? After all, he was adamant that he was not getting involved in the leadership battle. So changed his mind. At the time Sadiq Kahn was running for mayor, Corbyn seemed credible, seemed good enough to pull in the crowds for backing Kahn, even cementing the support from Momentum activists who are by no means Corbyn supporters. But with his comment that Corbyn failed to win the trust of the voters, he obviously had your trust, Mr. Kahn, when you were not popular enough to win the position on your own back. And Kahn really only won the position on the fact that Corbyn is electable. Kahn also said that Labour was extremely unlikely to secure a return to power as long as he remained leader. But Kahn won the mayorship under the leadership of Corbyn. Now, do you remember when Kahn was being accused of having links with extremists? Who was the one that stepped forward and defended him against David Cameron? Yes, Jeremy Corbyn. Now, a lot of the members that joined Labour to support and vote for Corbyn also backed Sadiq Kahn. Now, apparently Kahn hasn't even consulted members of London about his sudden change of mind. And on the 29th of June, he said, "I've said it loudly and clearly, I'll say it again. I'm not going to get involved in the leadership contest. Not going to get involved in the leadership contest." This is the same Sadiq Kahn that moved to ban from the transport network adverts that promote unrealistic expectations about body image and health, but didn't make moves to ban magazines of the same nature from the shelves of newspaper stands on the stations. Seems strange to me. Bit of contradiction there as well. Sadiq Kahn recently did an article for Grawl. Now, if I've got that name wrong, let me know in the comments below. And in that article, he actually said that he only won the nomination because of Corbyn's support. Otherwise, Tessa Jow would have been Labour's candidate and Zach Goldsmith would have been mayor now instead of himself, Kahn. Zach Goldsmith becoming mayor would have been an absolute nightmare. And this video will explain why. Go and watch it at the end of this. He also said, "I believe that the will of our membership should be respected." If that's the case, why did some members of the PLP resign? And why, even after a majority of Londoners backing Corbyn, is Kahn still spurting? So Sadiq Kahn will now be another one of those faces that get backlash from the public, and even more so when Corbyn wins. But why has he changed his mind? He is quite young at the moment, but has he been promised a leadership role at some point? Kahn said at one point, "We need to be honest and recognise that it will be more likely that the NHS will come from under even greater attack from the Tories." Now, if you think even if Smith, who once advocated the privatisation of the NHS, did get the leadership, that the NHS will be protected, you are living in cloud cuckoo land. Even the train drivers union ASLEF have said that Kahn is stabbing Corbyn in the back. ASLEF president Tosh McDonald said without the Corbyn effect, Sadiq would not have won, and I agree. The fire brigades union have said Kahn supporters would be disappointed. Trade unions play a massive part in the Labour Party. They make massive donations as far as I'm aware. And the worst thing you could possibly do is alienate that kind of support. So I ask again, what has changed the mind of Kahn? Has he been given some kind of insight? Has he been promised something? Or has he just realised what he can actually get in his position by way of benefits, expenses and under the desk claims? And this may well stop, as we've said, if Jeremy gets in. The gravy train may stop. Or Is he one of the 22% of Labour's private landlords, whereas there are also 39% are Conservative, and they have been criticised for not building enough houses? We know Jeremy's standing on this. He wants to increase social housing. This will have a detrimental effect on the private rent sector. For me, that's win-win. It don't smell right to me, and something is telling me that there is an underlying agenda. Someone don't just change their mind like that, and someone don't stab people in the back like that. Not unless Sadiq Kahn now has tasted the little amount of power that he has got, and once again with many politicians, it has already changed him. One thing is for certain, the list of MPs that are going to look silly is stacking up nicely. Thanks to everyone that's clicking on the subscribe button. If you haven't already, just go over and hit the button, and also hit the thumbs up if you think the same as the content in this episode. Thanks for watching. I am really grateful. Together we really can get a better political system. I'll see you again soon. But with this comment that Corbyn failed to win the trust of... Fuck's sake.